Hi guys, I'm presenting a 5th grade lesson plan on geocaching today. The overview of the project is that 5th grade students will use technology in longitude and latitude to gain real-world connections and put their social studies skills to work. The standards that are addressed include 5th grade social studies and also 5th grade science. Since the unit includes a geocaching activity, which is an outdoor activity, it also includes physical education standards. The NET-S student standards are as follows. Students should engage in safe, ethical behavior when using technology. They'll plan and research strategies to locate information, and they will create original works through the use of Padlet. They'll also work together in a project team and assume various roles. The essential questions for this unit are: how can longitude and latitude be used to find real-world locations? How can the use of global positioning system devices be useful to people and businesses? How did location and geography affect human actions in important places in history? And how can you use cardinal and intermediate directions to find a specific location? The lesson plan consists of 4 tasks. The first is a self-guided web quest. The second is a geocaching outdoor activity with partners. The third is the creation of a digital project using Padlet. And the fourth is peer teaching lesson on directions and geocaching with the 1st grade classroom in our school. The first activity is the web quest activity, and it's self-paced as the students work their way through several links and become more familiar with the basics of latitude and longitude. They also can go on a tour of famous Civil War battle locations via Google Earth Tour application. Also, they research which jobs use GPS on a daily basis. This is followed up by a formative assessment through the Canvas LMS system. There's also an extra challenge on this web quest activity for students who need an extra challenge or enrichment, and it uses scribble maps to find the location of our school and mark a pathway back to the student's home. What is geocaching? The second activity involves students using handheld GPS devices to find specific locations using latitude and longitude. I hid 4 containers called caches around the school campus, and the students work in pairs to use the GPS devices to find these hidden caches. Here's some pictures of my students in the geocache activity. The third activity is a cooperative learning group where students are matched up heterogeneously to create a real-world profile of an important location from history. The students assume roles of either photographer, researcher, writer, Google Earth expert. They collaborate through Office 365 and the Office Suite, and finally post their research of a certain location, its latitude and longitude, region, a picture of the location, and most importantly, the student group evaluates how that location affected human activities in the past. Here's an example of the Padlet project for Atlanta, Georgia. Here's the Padlet rubric that will be used to summatively assess each group for this task. The final activity and the 4th activity of this unit will involve the 5th graders teaching 1st graders cardinal and intermediate directions through songs and hands-on activities in the class, as well as taking them outside to teach them how to geocache with the GPS handheld units. The differentiation in this unit will be heterogeneously grouping will provide extra support through peer helpers for students in need. The tiered formative assessment questions can be tiered for different levels of Bloom taxonomy to reach the level of each student. And support for English language learners and foreign language learners will be given through Google Translator And adaptive modifications for students with diverse needs can be made to the geocaching activity to make it accessible for all people. The challenges in this project are heavy prep times for setup for all the geocache locations and entering the waypoints into the GPS units. The lack of time during the regular time schedule is another challenge. Sometimes the students have a learning curve with the GPS handheld units, and you certainly would want to secure some additional adult support for supervision. And know your students and any health concerns regarding being outside, asthma, bug bites, and be prepared just like you would normally be on a field trip. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.